back to the live lounge here at Open Banking Expo UK and Europe 2025. I'm really delighted to be joined now by Aswin Peter. He's a senior product lead working in customer experience and open banking payments in the energy and utilities sector. Welcome, Aswin.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
To tell us a little bit more about your role and your area of specialism, if you will.
Absolutely. No, I've led customer experience and payment strategy, specifically in open banking area and product strategy in energy and utilities industries. So I've been in this industry for a while now, over a decade. And I essentially ensure that we have a clear customer experience defined for end-to-end customer journey, not just for energy, but also in the utilities area.
And when we're thinking about that kind of energy and utilities sector, how is open banking or open finance, if you like, kind of coming into play there to improve that customer journey?
No, absolutely. No, traditionally, energy and utilities is considered to be a traditional industry, not as advanced as retail, but things are changing now. And one of the reasons is that it's a highly regulated industry. So you need to align with Ofgem in terms of your payments, how do you go about it, and stuff. But again, the way it is changing is that customers no longer see your industry as a separate industry. The lines between the industries are blurring. So they, for example, they want the same kind of an experience what they find in retail in your industry as well. So they want that seamless experience. And that's where open banking comes into picture, because traditionally we have always used direct debit, variable direct debit, or pay by, pay at the post office. Those are the options we use. But I think now customers are more tech savvy and they want to use payment methods which are more, in which they feel more empowered and more in control. And that's where open banking comes into picture. And it's not just for the customers, even for the companies. They have a lot of operational headaches, like in terms of making refunds, ensuring that they are paying to the right person. I think open banking APIs come into play in those areas, and it really have a great impact in creating value.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the trust is so important, right? And you mentioned there sort of obviously customers making payments to their energy or utilities provider, but also, when we need to talk about refunds, that's a really often an overlooked part of the process.
Absolutely.
So what's your view on where open banking can...
Open banking, I don't just see like payments from perspective. There are multiple aspects to it, right? So you also need to ensure or authenticate or find that that's the right person whom you are making a payment to, or it also helps with affordability checks. So we have an API in open banking which we can utilize to check what the customer can afford. So that's one aspect to it. Other aspect is the refunds, as you stated. Today refunds is a nightmare for us, not just for the customers, but also from the company perspective, from the operational standpoint, because oftentimes we end up sending checks which can get misplaced, and there's also fraud aspect to it. So I think open banking, in a way, we can actually ensure that we are able to check we are sending the money to the right person first.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it can be seamless and quick. So customers don't need to wait for weeks before they get their refund. And again, with agentic AI coming into picture, I think if you have all this seamlessly aligned, I think the overall experience will be elevated.
Yeah, absolutely. When we're talking about, the energy utility sector, of course, it's all part of this bigger picture, right, that we might call open data, or the UK government refers to it as smart data, which is really this sharing of data among so many sectors beyond, what we might initially have thought of as, the open banking, the financial services piece. So what makes you excited about that? Where are the opportunities there, do you think?
I personally feel that's the most exciting part of the open data. I think open finance has been there through open banking and stuff. They're able to establish this trust and innovation and seamless integration. But I think where the real value comes in is open data. See, customers no longer take you as industry by industry, right? The lines have blurred between industry. So now they want a seamless experience end to end. So for example, if you look at it, the customer has an energy usage, he makes a payment. So he wants one place where we can see all the data. Just imagine a world where you have one finance app, you open it, you know what is the energy usage, you know how much you have paid last month, how much you are due this month, and you also know what is the carbon footprint, and you're using so much of energy, what is that cost to the planet. So it's not only useful, but it's more valuable from a personal and the overall perspective. So I think that's the world we are. At least envision the future to be.
Yeah.
But again, it comes with its own challenges. When you have open data, we need to have security, compliance, and aspects as well. Being in a regulated industry, but the way I see it is that the lines have already started blurring, and I think it's not just okay. Energy will have just energy data, but it's having an open data platform where you can actually cross collaborate and have a seamless experience for the customers.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you're talking there about that kind of vision, what it could look like, I guess for customers that gives them certainty, right, over something that, perhaps they haven't been able to see so much detail about what they're paying and when.
Yes. So I think it gives you transparency, it gives you confidence. I think that's what is crucial, and the trust factor that, we know the data, okay, this is what it is, that's why I'm paying this much. So I think the end-to-end value chain is very transparent to the customer. Before, in today's world, or before, it was all that there's a lot of siloed operations. So customer has to go to multiple ways to find out things if you want to. So I think that's the silos are getting, they're getting shattered, I would say. And I think open data is going to play a crucial role in that.
Yeah, well, it's really exciting to hear about kind of your vision about where it could potentially go. You're going to be on stage, as I mentioned, at the Expo. What are some of the really important conversations do you think that either you've already had here or you're hoping to have?
No, I think, I'm going to share the stage with a couple of finalists, and we're going to talk about the customer journeys rewired. So how the customers' journeys are getting rewired because of open banking and all the other aspects of it. So I think it's going to be interesting to see other perspectives, what they shared. But my take is that ultimately it all boils down to customer experience. And if you don't have a right customer experience, adoption will be low for any of the, even if maybe it's open banking or anything else. But I think I'm going to deep dive on customer experience and what problems we are trying to solve in the much efficient way.
Great. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the Expo. We're also sharing these open banking ecosystem terrariums with all of our live lounge interviewees, which I think kind of perfectly exemplifies what you've talked about, that the fact that this is one big ecosystem, that this data is being shared and all for the benefit of customers, right?
Sure.
Well, thank you so much, Ashwin, for joining me in the live.
Pleasure joining you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That was